didn't need a mediator.
And that's right.
Who is Christ.
Right.
So that means the way for salvation in the eyes of God is what? How are people saved in the eyes of God?
Noah, let me tell you what happened to the people of Noah's day. They were all destroyed. Why?
Was Noah saved?
Why was Noah saved?
And what saved Noah, the prophet?
Let me tell you why Noah was saved.
Yes, that will really give us the answer now.
Let me tell you why Noah was saved. Because you see the conditions of the time of Noah, and Christ said this, in the end times will be as it was in the days of Noah. You know what it was like in the days of Noah?
How was he saved?
And here's something that will shock you. There was all sorts of abominations taking place in the earth. There were giants, there were chimera, there was all sorts of hybridization of all sorts of it. Fantastic, right?
How was Noah saved?
Hold on. He was saved. You know why? Because it says it in the scriptures. He was perfect in his generations. Genetically speaking, he was as God created him.
So
the others had
he was saved by genetics.
Man can be perfect.
Yeah. So now you're saying Noah, the prophet, was saved because of his genes.
That's right.
So God created a specific
So he would
line of...
repopulate the earth.
Let me
starting with Noah.
Let us
and then
understand
he put a covenant with Noah, and he created.
So he did not inherit the sin, Noah?
Let us understand something. So God created human beings with a specific genes, and that genes, if you have it, you are saved. If you have those genes, you are saved.
You know who corrupted the genes?
Which version of Christianity is this? Sorry, just for my education.
Genesis 6. When the sons of God mated with the daughters of women.
So you have
and they
sons of
produced
God.
the Nephilim, the offspring.
Can
they
you
were
tell me about the sons of God?
hybridization. And they were a corrupt bloodline that entered into humanity.
What do you mean by sons of God?
And when God saw that, he repented of his creation and wiped it out.
What do you mean by sons of God? Does God have children?
Yes, of course he has children.
How many sons does he have?
My goodness me, you might as well count the stars of heaven.
So God has many sons. Are each of these God?
They are lesser gods. Yeah, they're demonic gods.
So you have a bigger God and lesser gods.
Yes, of course.
And that is the belief in Christianity.
Yes. Oh no, not necessarily, because not all Christians will.
But you believe in that?
My view, yes.
No, your belief is there is a lesser God. Now,
no, there were lesser gods, and they were appointed to watch over the growth of humanity.
These lesser gods, were they created by the bigger God?
Yes.
So if something is created,
yes,
can that be God in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah.
If something is created, it means it had no prior existence. It began its existence.
No, created doesn't mean that. For you it means that, but for me, created means to organize something into a functional thing. Creation.
Was this universe always in existence?
Now we're going into...
or was it created?
Well, now we're going into a different science altogether, which you don't know and I don't know. I read that.
Did the universe, the cosmos...
I do not know.
There are two options.
No, I don't know.
It existed alongside with God, or God created it. Which one?
I don't know. You know.
Fine.
Do you know?
Perhaps I can help you. I can help you.
I just want to know if you know. You asked me to ask you.
I am going to help you.
No, don't help me. Just tell me, do you know?
I'm explaining.
Okay.
Right. Because there are two options. Either it exists alongside with God, meaning the universe itself has no beginning of existence. So it's eternal like God. This is one option. The universe always existed without God creating it. That means the universe itself is independent of anyone or anything, independent of God. That means...
Which is not what I hold. That's a view I don't hold that view.
Let's understand this position. That means this universe is like God, having no beginning of existence. This universe was not created by anyone, like God, who has no beginning of existence and not created by anyone. So you are now saying...
I didn't say, you were saying.
So you can have these two options, and you gave... We are dealing with the first option. The universe exists alongside, without a beginning, side by side with God.
False. No. Let's go to the second option.
Do you agree with that?
No.
Okay. For various reasons, you don't agree?
No.
That means the second option is the universe was not always in existence. It didn't exist and God created it at one point.
Yes.
Right. That's what I mean by creation. The sons of God that you talk about, did they always exist, or they didn't exist and God brought them into existence?
God created them.
So, if God created them, these things are His creation.
Yes.
Why do you say they are gods? Because God God is
one of the 10
something.
commandments. Thou shalt have no other gods beside me. Why? Because there are other gods, lesser gods. They call them lesser gods. They are not the same attributes as the Most High God.
Sure.
They have lesser attributes than the Most High God. But the reason God said that, thou shalt have no other gods beside, because the inference is there are some other entities
Let's talk about these-
who are worshipped as gods.
Let's talk about these lesser gods now. Are these lesser gods worthy of worship?
They have been worshipped. They've been
No,
worshipped
I'm
throughout
asking
ages.
you. Are they
have been
worthy of worship?
Not to me they are, but for others they have been worshipped.
For anyone, including the God Most High, according to him, are these lesser gods worthy of worship?
Not to him he's not, no. They're not worthy of worship.
So they're not worthy of worship.
No.
So that means we can ignore them altogether.
But we should. That's why he said, thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Fine. Is Jesus the God Most High?
Yes.
So he's the God Most High?
Yes.
Did he have a God?
He is the God Most High.
I ask you two questions.
No, he didn't have a God.
He didn't have a God. Right. So do you believe in the New Testament?
I know where you're going and I've got you on
No,
this
no.
one.
Do
Yes.
you believe in
Yes,
the New
I
Testament?
do. Yes, I do.
So when Jesus says to Mary Magdalene, wait you here? I'm going to my brethren, yeah? So go tell them that I am going to my Father and your Father. Can you complete the sentence?
Right, no, listen. So,
No. Either you complete the sentence or I do. So I'm offering you to complete it. So he says, I'm going to my Father and your Father and? Sorry. I want him to complete. And?
go keep on saying this.
No,
all
I
right.
want you to complete it.
Okay, I don't know it.
You don't know? No. Right. I'll tell you what he says. He says that I'm going to my God and your God. If Jesus, the Most High God, says, I'm going to my God, does he have a God he's going to?
That's because you don't
Does he have a God he's going to?
No.
So is he speaking to you in a meaningful way?
Yeah, because now I have you now. Let me explain, because you've said what you're saying. I explained to the crowd before about the principle of unity.
Now you explain to me whether Jesus has a God or not when he says, I am going to my God. That is what you're going to
You
explain.
have to let me explain.
Go ahead.
The principle of unity is like this, my brother, is this. God, when he in his condescension from his
I
high,
don't know what does it mean by condescension. Explain.
in coming down to earth, in his incarnation into corporeal physical form, yeah, he takes up the personality and character of Jesus Christ. The two of them are one, yeah, occupying the same space. So when Christ says the Father, he talks about the Father in the Spirit. And when he talks about the Son, he talks about the Son in the flesh. So when the Father and the Son are one, it's one God.
So can you now explain to me when he says, I'm going to my God, what does it mean?
Well, you see, you say it's like that, but I never read it.
That's what the Bible
like that.
says.
I never read it like that.
No. Of
I've
course,
never read it that way in the Bible.
Of course you can say, it says, I'm going to my friend, but
No.
the text says, I'm going to my
You
God.
know, he says, I'm going unto the Father in my book.
Do you have your book with you?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to open up this chapter verse?
Which one? Give it to me.
Do you know the reference? John 20:17. So I would like to read it from your own book. Because I am going to my God. There's 6 words. I want to know which of the words is not clear to you. John 20:17.
Your God and my God.
And I will tell you this.
Yeah. Please read first.
The KJV you read? Which one do you read?
It doesn't matter.
No problem. It's the same in all of them.
Jesus saith unto her, touch me not, for I am not yet ascended. He hasn't gone up yet.
Slowly. Don't explain anything, just read.
Well, you must have to explain it.
No, afterwards, when you finish.
Okay. I have not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God.
And to
right?
my?
God and your God.
So, and to my God. 4 words, right? You know what and means? To means, my means, and God means.
Yeah.
So what does it mean, and to my God? Does he have a God that he's going to?
Let me show. Okay, no, because if on a doctrinal, yes, he says yes, according to the scripture, according to this King James version.
According to this King James version, so you finally realize Jesus tells you in black and white that he has a God that he's going to.
No. Yeah, no. That's because you assume there is somebody else that he's going to. I told you.
When somebody says, look, let me explain. If I said that to you, I'm going to my God, does it mean I'm going to me?
It could do. It could do. Why can't it? Look. Why? Who says so? Who says so?
It can't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
That's where the metaphysics involved in this doesn't make sense.
God is already metaphysical. We don't
Right.
need to.
So when I say to you, his condescension or his incarnation is such that he takes up physical form.
Who incarnated?
God, the Father.
The Father incarnated
Into the physical body of Jesus Christ. So when he leaves, now he becomes human.
So the Father incarnated.
You don't believe in the Trinity.
So you don't believe there is a Son as well?
What? Yes, in the flesh, the Son according to the flesh.
When the Father incarnated into a human body,
Yes.
was there before the human body a Son?
I'm going to give you a one.
Do you understand
Let me
my
tell you
question?
something. Before,
Do you understand my question?
I like to use analogies.
Before you understand,
My
explain the
son,
analogy.
my son will become like me, right?
Is your son you?
No, he's not me.
Thank
but
you.
when we are one of the same purpose, we are serving the
Purpose.
same
We agreed with
unity.
that. We agreed
Hold
with
on,
that. Jesus
hold
said
on, hold on. My son is only a son in the flesh. One day he will become a father because he'll have children
And
of
will
his
he
own.
be like you? And will be you?
Because a father,
Will he be you?
a father.
You will be him.
No, but we are one.
Wait.
We are one.
Slow
We
down.
are one in purpose. We are always one, also one in essence.
And
Because he is
Jesus-
blood
and
of my
Jesus-
blood.
and Jesus
He is
and God
blood of
are
my
one,
blood.
and
He's the
Jesus-
same blood. He's got the same.
Basically, you're saying you believe in a family of God. A son, a father, just like you have a son,
I believe.
and you're the father. So you believe in a family of God.
How many members in this
Because
family?
you mentioned
Or more than we can imagine.
More than I can
the
imagine.
genes of the father and the son as well. So you believe in a family of God.
I do. I believe in a hierarchy.
Exactly.
Right.
This is not one God then.
No, yeah, because the lesser gods have no power
Within this
over
hierarchy-
the high God.
Within this
They
hierarchy,
have no power.
who's the most
They only
high?
The most high is the most high.
Who is it? The Father or the Son?
The Father, because he's the one who can produce.
Is Jesus the Father or the Son?
Jesus is the Son.
So he's not the most high. Thank you.
He.
I rest my case.
That's fine. You say
I rest my
he's the
case.
Most High.
Carry on,
But when
Hashim.
he says I go
Because
unto
you know
the
earlier,
Father,
the reason
when
he asked
goes
you-
unto the Father, that's when he comes unto his own.
Speak to my friend.
My friend, look. Earlier you said Jesus is the Father. I'm sure I heard you say that. Yes? But now you said Jesus is the Son.
Yeah, because you
So make up your mind. Is he the Father or is he the Son?
You see, he is both.
Okay, both. Let me ask you this. When you say he's the both, yes? Is it, wait. Is it one person? or
When
two?
does my son become a father?
But your son is not you.
No, but when does he become?
Even when he becomes,
is me.
my friend.
He is me.
Listen. Even when your son becomes a father.
Hold on. My son is me.
No, when your son becomes a father, listen. When your son becomes a father, you become the grandfather.
Yes.
How? If you're both the same, why is he the father and you the grandfather now?
Because father is only an office, it's only a title.
Okay, fair enough.
Right?
You're telling me-
sonship is a completely different entity again.
Okay, I agree.
So what you're going by, you're mixing physical with metaphysical. So when we're talking about God in his ascension, we are talking about a metaphysical transformation.
Incarnation.
No, that's the incarnation is coming in,
Yeah.
and the transformation is going out.
Okay, so
ascension.
let me ask you once again. Do you believe that Jesus is the Father?
Yes.
Okay. Now answer this question. I want you to hear this clearly so you can understand and answer it clearly as well. Who died on the cross?
Jesus.
The Father?
Jesus.
The Father?
No, Jesus.
But you just said he's the Father.
In the flesh,
See what I
he's
mean?
the Son.
See what I mean?
Yeah, because you are still bound by your physical connection with.
Once again, is Jesus the Father?
No, he's the Son.
Now he changes.
No.
Now he changed. Did you see that?
Because you are.
This is called logic.
This is
This
half.
is called the power of logic.
This is half the story. If you have to go for a more.
Bro, you're confused. You know that.
No.
You're contradicting yourself every minute.
Yeah, because you can't. You're not accepting that you could go through this transformation.
My friend, I don't have to accept. You are confused yourself.
In a-
You are confused yourself.
In what way?
Okay?
In what way?
Because you said the Father is the Son.
Yes.
Yes?
The Father becomes.
Soko, do you guys have no respect disturbing a conversation? Is this how the Christians have become now? Okay? I don't want to talk to you. Bro, just ignore it. They become hecklers. This is the DCCI. They become hecklers. So anyway, what I'm saying is this. If you say the Father is the Son, yes, then you have to. They won't listen. They're a bunch of weirdos, you know. So all I'm saying is, if the Father is the Son, then you have to admit that it is the Father who died on the cross. Unless and until they're two different people, two different persons.
Yeah, the Father didn't die on the cross.
Okay, so
the
good. So shall we say they're two different persons?
Yeah.
Good?
No.
Don't tell me next time the Father is the Son.
I didn't tell you they were two different persons.
Are they the same person? Are they the same person?
Physically, they're different.
Are they?
Spiritually, they're the same.
Are they the same person or different persons?
But you have to qualify the
Same
statement.
person or different person?
You're not qualifying the statement.
I'm asking you.
They are spiritually,
I'm asking you.
physically,
Get married. Stop being obsessed with vaginas. Go get married, man.
physically, they are different.
But then who will marry this guy, you know? Filthy man.
He'll find a wife.
Okay.
Physically, they're
Okay.
different.
What's it?
Metaphysically, they're the same.
Okay, metaphysically they're the same in what? Are they the same person?
In essence.
Are they the same?
person-
Okay, so in that case, you're just saying they are different gods who are different but the same essence. Just like you and your son.
No, you
listen.
you're still
Just like
going
you
wrong.
and your son are human.
Yes.
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 But you and your son are two different people.
Yeah. That's because, right? That's because.
Shall we carry on afterwards? After these haters go away? Yes.
Everybody's allowed it. You cannot have one without the other.
But I can't have a conversation while he's shouting.
Yeah, screen him out like a train.
But that's not how it works. Let them go away and then we'll start. Let's go somewhere else.
No, no.
Why? What happened?
I'm done. I've been here for hours.
Okay, no problem.
I have no energy
No
left.
problem.
Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters, hope this video was helpful for you. This may help others too, so please consider sharing, and we will bring more videos in the future inshallah, so consider subscribing and you won't miss any. Jazakallahu khairan.